Sean, how are you? Everybody, welcome to the Loadout.
I'm doing well, Johnny. What are you up to?
Enjoying time, enjoying seeing people and friends, which has been a positive thing.
Yeah, no, a lot of great people. I'm still shocked every day that we try to do this. People actually take our calls and emails, and
Yes.
Zach and Matt get it all set up for us. This is pretty cool.
It is. Well, today we have a good guest in bringing in a New York guest.
Yeah.
Zach Solomon. Zach, how are you, my friend?
Doing well. How you guys doing out there?
Couldn't tell he was from New York, could you?
No, what is that hat he's got on? I've never seen that in L.A.
No, there's definitely none of those here. How you doing, bro?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
You out on the front porch? It looks cold there today. It's like 100 in L.A. I'm jealous.
Oh, it's beautiful 50 today.
50.
That sounds good right now, doesn't
Wow.
it?
Gorgeous.
So, Zach, what the hell has been going on with you?
Man.
You're a lucky man.
Yeah, you could say that. I was on a gig in Connecticut, and someone brought the coronavirus in there, and a bunch of the crew got sick. Got a lot of people from the production staff, but apparently I got it the hardest. I spent a week at home sick, and then I took an ambulance to the hospital. Spent 9 days on a ventilator and another 13 days recovering from that. And now I'm home recovering from the pneumonia and some other injuries that I got in the hospital. So it's been a long road.
Zach, I got a question for you because we hear about everything. We're all in quarantine. What is the feeling? Like, is it like a cold that comes? Or because I've been hearing a lot of the pneumonia coming from the aspect.
Everyone says it's something different for them. Like a lot of people say they lost sense of smell and taste. I didn't get hit with that. I thought I had strep throat. I woke up Monday, the 16th of March, with a scratchy throat and a little headache. So I went to the local city MD, and they did the strep test, came back negative. Then they did the flu test, came back negative. And the doctor was like, "Well, do the corona test on you." I said, "Well, I don't want you to waste one, but I feel all right." But sure, he did it. Said go home and quarantine for until you get the results back. The next day they called me. They said, "Hey man, you're positive. Stay home stay isolated for 14 days and 72 hours from your symptoms." But eventually my fever hit about 105, 106, and I called an ambulance and went to the hospital.
Wow. Now, did anybody, your wife and kids are all doing well and everything, health-wise and stuff?
I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old and my wife here. So, luckily they all were all right. And I came home.
Yeah, scary. You're the first guy we've really talked to who's been through this situation, and glad to have you back.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I know Mike Moran was on a couple days ago, and man, he pretty much called or texted me every single day from the time I woke up. And Ramsey has been texting me like every day, so it's a very tight knit community out here. So I appreciate all the support from everybody.
Yeah, that's the beauty of what we all do. Actually, it's a tight knit community. You all work together. We all see each other, hang out together, and care about each other. These long days that never end that we do. Now they ended.
Yeah,
it never happens.
Well, I was with Zach. The last time I worked with Zach, we were in Shreveport, Louisiana, I believe, and the only place you could eat was on Fridays. So that's how I got to know Zach, and then we heard about that you got sick, man. And so how are you feeling now on a percentage? Are you 70, 80, 90, or?
I lost they originally said I lost close to like 70 pounds in the hospital, but it turned out to be about like 55 pounds I lost. So it was mostly like arm and leg muscle from not using it for, they didn't start standing me up for maybe like 18 days. So,
what was the
I
reason
lost
for
a lot
that?
They were just worried about like blood pressure and blood clots and stuff like that in the hospital. So, they're running all these tests on you, but the first 9 days, 10, 12 days maybe. First 9 I was unconscious, and
Wow.
after that, ICU for a couple days, and then once they started moving me to like other units, then they started physical therapy and started letting me get up and walk. But that was rough, man. Not using your legs for a couple days. I ended up losing about 50 pounds of muscle, really.
Yeah.
Wow. And Zach's pretty, he's a pretty big guy. He's not a, little guy.
It's not little like us.
Well, but yeah, no, that's amazing that it affected you that, like that. And
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I was going to say we were doing a lot of late hours on that gig, so I wasn't sleeping with the kids and everything else, so my immune system was kind of beat up, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks.
Wow. And do you have to continue therapy or anything like that afterwards, or they just kind of heal up as you go? And
they came to my house one day to check on me, and they said, you're good. I got a bunch of steps in my house, and I was able to do it first day home, so they weren't too worried about me.
Wow. And then are you we've all been complaining about just going back to work, and here Zach actually had some life and death situation there, but what are you looking forward to getting back to other than work? I mean, is there anything you can't do at this point that you want to go out and do?
I don't know, man. The antibiotics just finished yesterday, so I can start drinking today.
Oh, there you
Cinco
go.
de Mayo. What a margarita.
So basically, this was a huge weight loss program to get him ready for Cinco de Mayo. Is that how we should look at this?
I got the carne asada ready to go on tonight.
He's going to be a cheap date. He'll be out cold by 7.
For that.
Well, Zach, thank you for coming on. And man,
no, I'm actually going to get back to work.
Yeah.
What show do you got coming up next, or hoping for?
Man, we do that show Live PD Fridays and Saturdays for A&E. That's a pretty fun gig, and for real, like the schedule's just cleared out like second, third week of March, and everyone's saying rescheduled, but who knows when it's going to be rescheduled. I'm sure there's going to be, an Arden Street's feast or famine. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff starting September, October, but I'm looking forward to seeing the boys and just, kind of getting the gang back together.
Right. Yep. Well, thank you for coming by, Zach. We don't want to take up all your time. We know we want to go spend it with your family as much as you can. And
I could ask him 100 more questions.
Yeah. No,
they're being quiet right now, so I'm happy.
But glad to see you're healthy again, and stay safe, and we'll see you on a show soon, buddy.
I hope so, guys. Be safe. Thank you very much.
All right. See you, Zach.
Great
Thanks.
talking to you.
All right. Care.
Well, there's the, that's the thing with everybody and not wearing masks and the guys getting back to work. Especially out here, there hasn't been a lot of people who I know who've been affected, but just hearing that and the reality of what that is that just shows you why when everybody who is nervous should be nervous.
Right. Well, yeah, the perspective is so different. We're complaining about not going to work, and here's Zach, who actually was at work and got sick from it, and it was real. It wasn't. He had the real, the symptoms of ventilator, the whole 9 yards. So we're just glad he's back and healthy, and he gets to spend some time with his family and get going again.
Just on this side of the states, I talked to Mike Parker, famous audio guy who we all know well. He had a little issue too with COVID and a heart attack and everything like that. And I spoke to him, so hoping to get him on the air and we can talk to him, because same as Zach, a lot of guys who are worried about him and just want to know he's okay. But he is doing all right. He's on the road to recovery, but it is real.
Yep, it is. And we're glad Parker's back and feeling better. So.
Yes.
All right, Johnny.
Thanks, Sean.
Good to see you again.
Back at you.
All right.
Thanks, guys.